Hello, this is Mitchell Bolden, and this is my video presentation for SI686, where I'll be talking about Gaia Online. So in this presentation, first I'll give a quick overview of what Gaia is, and then I'll move in to talk about some of the user-generated content on Gaia, and talk about what's good and bad about the site and some potential solutions. So Gaia Online is an online community that has many functions. One of the most popular are the forums that have many topics ranging from TV shows like The Walking Dead to sports to current events in the news. Gaia also has user profiles, so sort of reminiscent of Facebook or MySpace, where you can comment on a user's profile. They also have a messaging system for private messages and as well as shops. There's a game area where you can play cards, puzzles, things like that. And one of the most interesting features is that it has towns where you can sort of meet and mingle with people. So this is what a town looks like. This is my avatar that I created so that I could investigate the site. And here are a couple other users with their names X'd out here. So this is a town. The user-generated content, somewhat obviously, are the forums. Users can post and reply to others' threads. You can comment on other people's pages on their profile. There are also the shops. So if you think about a shop as where you can buy and sell virtual goods, the creation of that space is a kind of user-generated content, as well as avatar enhancement. So Gaia sort of pushes its users to enhance their avatars with clothes and sort of accessories. So you can see that these people's avatars are sort of enhanced, sort of decked out with cool clothes. This player has a little flag here. I thought of that as user-generated content because enhancing your avatar probably gives other people a sort of utility, the way that your neighbor keeping a clean and nice-looking house gives you utility. So it's sort of creating a benefit for everyone on the site. These are the forum topics. There are quite a lot, like I said, TV shows, The Walking Dead, sports, music, etc. So there's quite a lot to do here. So what's good about the site is that it's very active. There's a lot of new content every day in the forums. The forums are various, so you think that there's probably a place for everyone. The admins are quite active, keeping conversation appropriate and encouraging politeness, discouraging flaming, of course, which is sort of rude or unhelpful text, replies to threads, things like that. And the towns and profiles, if you're thinking about bond theory, are a great place for users to sort of interact. So you can see up here, these two users are sort of mingling here. So the towns are a good spot for that. The sign-up was easy. The new user socialization was excellent. So in terms of an easy sign-up, you can think of that as, if you want to think in terms of game theory, you're thinking about users who have low cost to join the site and therefore low cost to post in the forums and generate their own content. And the site does a lot when you're a new user to sort of point you in the right direction to learn about the various functionalities of the site. So you get a message from, I think she's called the new user fairy. And she shows you where to go to get started, to get gold, to buy things, and where to meet people, and FAQs for new users. What could be improved is that it doesn't do a lot to recognize high contributing users. So users who post a lot in the forums aren't recognized. There's no real use of identity theory, so there's no sort of overarching identity that every member of Gaia Online has. And we know from our readings that identity, sort of an overarching group identity can enhance users' commitment to a group, so that could be problematic. And there are no age, well, there is technically in the terms of service, it says you're supposed to be 13, but age restrictions are not very visible. You don't have to check a box or anything that says I'm 13 when I sign up, and that's problematic because, when you look at these cartoony avatars, a parent might look at that and say this is a site for a child. But when you look at some of the, The Walking Dead is an adult TV show. Some of the topics in the news forums are mature because they're mature news stories. So people's ages are sort of ambiguous, which they always are, but with Gaia Online, this seems to be exacerbated. So potential solutions, maybe create a list of highlighted users for everyone to see. So that could encourage people to contribute more. So the highlighted users would be users who are contributing a lot in the forums, maybe a lot in the towns, and then that would encourage users to contribute more by sort of making them feel that they would have an enhanced social status from that highlight. And as far as the lack of overarching identity, we could create a kind of Gaia identity that would take a lot of research into the user base, but perhaps there is something that all of the users have in common, and the website could exploit that to enhance group commitment by via identity theory, I suppose. As far as the ages go, you could create like I said, there should be a checkbox that says, I am 13 years of age when I sign up for this site. Of course, people can still lie, but at least it does something to help. Because right now you go into the site and you're not really sure who the user base is, how old they are, because you're getting all sorts of mixed signals from the website. And on top of that, you can make the ages visible. Again, people can lie, but maybe it'll help mitigate the problem. Okay, so that's Gaia Online. Thank you for listening.